You're tuned to the Paracasual Destiny Podcast. Episode 42. Hello and welcome, everyone. You're listening to the Paracasual Destiny Podcast, the podcast for the casual player. No hardcore people allowed. And this is episode 42. Warm welcome to everyone. Thanks for tuning in. If you're live here on our stream that we broadcast every other Saturday at 7 p.m., if all goes right and the stars align, you can find the archived audio of this podcast wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Sooltime, and I'm joined by RomanceGirl. Are you there?
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Greenstego.
Evening.
Evening, old. And, of course, the venerable Salliebug. Salliebug, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right.
Evening.
Evening.
And I'd like to give a shout out to Richard in chat.
Oh, man. Die Hard. We owe this whole podcast to Richard. Probably wouldn't be playing the game still at all if it weren't for Richard, to be honest with you.
Well, don't embarrass him. He'll leave.
Yeah. Is that possible, Tim? I don't know. Anyway, well, here we are, and I feel like as of late, the last month or so, I've been spending more time podcasting about Destiny than I have been playing Destiny. And perhaps today, which is Saturday, that came into balance a little more because Salliebug and I basically played Destiny all day today. Trying to catch up in Season of the Lost a little bit, at least with the storyline and the main seasonal mission. So we made a lot of progress, didn't we, Salliebug?
I don't think we're 100% caught up, but almost.
Almost.
We're on step like 50 or 53, so
one more Shattered Realm, I think, and we'll see. I think we're going to probably get on later after this podcast.
Yeah, we've got that Destiny bug.
Kind of do.
This season has. I'm all for this season. This is the flavor I love.
It's taken a hold of me. Yeah, it's taken a hold of me.
Realm is just so perfect for the fall.
And I gotta say, when we were reading the latest TWAB, I thought of y'all. I thought of Sooltime and Salliebug when they specifically mentioned, like, if you've been too busy to hop in, now's a great time to get back into it.
That comment was aimed at us.
To them restructuring the seasonal model.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's worked for better. And I have to say, I have a lot of seasonal challenges left that I'm excited to dive into. So many trivial secrets to unlock in that Shattered Realm.
Oh, so many. Like we were doing the Shattered Realm. We did it like 2 or 3 times, I think, just today. And it's so easy to get sidetracked because you get going down a path, and then you just get sidetracked on trying to unlock secrets and going up those hidden pathways or through
I said today
doors.
It feels very organic in a way that Destiny doesn't always feel, where you're like just feel like you're just open world exploring, even though they've very cleverly led the way of where you should go. But it feels like you're discovering it all on your own.
Right. And I know there's a lot that we haven't even done, like in terms of the secrets and stuff, but I kind of got
sidetracked.
Actually the opposite. I think the last time we went in there,
you were too focused.
I'm not going down any other path. I'm going to find those beacons. I'm going to activate them. I'm going to kill everything and get that tech in. I was like, I don't want to spend an hour in here again. I just want to like move things along and then be able to go back in there and find all the secrets kind of like afterwards. where I don't feel
Which
like
is kind of nice. It's a longer season this time around, so we'll have plenty of time to.
Well,
Doesn't
you
feel.
say that. You say that,
Oh.
but man, time flies, especially when you're not
I'm
playing.
feeling excited though. I'm definitely feeling excited about like trying to get the main storyline at least caught up with the main storyline when Festival of the Lost comes about, so that I feel like I can concentrate on the fun stuff that's going to be out for Festival of the Lost and not feel like I'm so far behind that I can't enjoy that.
Yeah, there's Festival of the Lost, and there's the anniversary coming out.
Yeah, see, that's gonna take me off the beaten path and slow me down.
Which is why it's better to like try to at least be semi caught up.
Yeah. We caught up with the story this morning.
Yeah, we're almost there, and we still have a couple of things we need to do for the exotic quest.
Oh yeah, I haven't even gotten the rifle kills yet for the exotic quest. I'm getting there, but
oh, that's right. I forgot about the exotic quest.
I haven't grinded that out yet.
I was getting killed by that thing.
In the Shattered Realm, you run into one of those walls, and you're like, oh, I need Augur Scepter to go any further.
Yeah, I was getting killed by that Augur Scepter and Iron Banner last weekend. Quite a bit.
Oh, we really wanted to do Iron Banner and just couldn't make the time.
Yeah, I was actually playing Iron Banner at 5 a.m. before going to work. It was really interesting. That's how I was able to get in a few. I just wanted to finish the quest, the seasonal quest, and I'm glad I did, because that shader is really mediocre.
It usually is.
It usually is. Only Destiny fans can appreciate it.
I actually came down with a cold, and as protocol for our work, whenever you have symptoms that are similar to the virus, that you get tested. And so I got tested on Monday morning, but had to wait for the results to come back to go back to work. So I felt fine, or not, definitely not 100%, but better on Tuesday, but couldn't go back into work. And I was like, wow, it's Tuesday morning. I woke up, had coffee with Neil before he went off to work. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. And I got on and I like played. Tuesday morning is a great time to play. There's not that many people playing. I didn't feel like I was getting owned, and I was able to get all the the 4 pinnacle bounties done. So,
wow.
Now I didn't level up very much, because I got 3 of the same exact piece. I forget what it was. I think it was an energy weapon. I got 3 energy weapon pinnacles. And then 1 other. So I didn't level up as much as I probably would have liked, but
good on you, Sally. But nothing like getting sick to play Destiny. That's always fun.
It looks like there's demand in the chat to pivot the conversation a little to Festival of the Lost.
Yeah, somebody can't wait to look like a dinosaur. I'm not going to say who that is, though. Live, anyway.
Yeah, they prefer to remain anonymous.
Destiny brings out the little kid in all of us.
Dino armor.
I'm excited to go into the tower and seeing how many people.
The tower's going to be full of dinosaurs. I'm actually looking forward to it.
I don't get to be Godzilla. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, but maybe next year.
I do hope they don't throw away those designs, because I was a big fan of them. The monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't get me
voted for those as well, didn't you?
Too. Yeah, I love a dinosaur. But Godzilla Hunter, come on.
So before we get ahead of ourselves, I mean, a Festival of the Lost is definitely coming up upon us quick. Is it next Tuesday?
It is.
Yeah, it's just coming Tuesday, so we'll be there soon enough.
And we did get our Halloween decorations out around the house. So
Halloween decorations are up.
+1 for you, -1 for us.
Oh.
We did buy new Halloween storage tubs from Target
Oh, nice.
in preparation because we're in cardboard boxes right now. So
We're ready to put them away.
My Halloween storage bucket looks like it had some friends in it.
it's haunted.
Yeah. Well, there were some acorn shells in there, so
Aw, that's very seasonal.
yeah. But and as I am every year, I'm like ready for more or different. Like I feel like we've got plenty of Halloween decorations out, but like I just feel like we could do more.
Yeah,
I love Halloween.
Our Target and our other stores around here are completely picked through. We have not been able to find any decorations ever.
No, I know.
Wow.
I was in Target the other day trying to look for a birthday present for my grandson and just kind of breezed by the Halloween section. I was like, oh my God, there's nothing here.
Yeah, not as
Late
much.
to the game. But we've got plenty. We definitely, and I actually put up lights outside this year, which we rarely do. So
Ooh.
put up some.
If you keep them up
orange
year round, y'all
lights.
could just be the spooky house on the street.
Yeah.
Yes, but I am excited for spooky season. Does anyone have any information about the Festival of the Lost activity this time around?
No, that was going to be one of the things I was going to bring up was like, what do you think we are pretty sure they're not going to be bringing back the haunted forest. So,
well, isn't the Shattered Realm enough? Yeah, listen to the sounds. It's spooky.
Every time I load in, especially that EDZ scene with the forest and the haunted church in the background.
It's so spooky.
Yeah,
it's very Halloween-like.
Yeah. At first, I was thinking, because if you read the TWAB this time around, I was thinking, oh, maybe they are just going to kind of incorporate it into it. But then he said, well, we're going to reveal what's going on in the festival later. We're not going to give you too much. So that made me think, oh, maybe they aren't combining the two. So,
my guess? Here's my guess. Get ready. You ready for my guess?
Ready.
Hit it.
Festival of the Lost Sector.
Oh, man. I think that's a deja vu. Didn't you use that joke last year?
I don't think. I wouldn't mind haunted lost sectors, though.
Ooh, haunted lost sectors does sound like an appealing thing.
But I think we did that with Nightmare
Come off it. It's a good idea when it comes from her.
Yeah. That's about right.
It works.
I guess if they haven't given us any. You're right, though. I was double checking if there was anything out there. Please let us know in chat if there's any information
we just kind of missed.
Festival of the Lost 2021, right?
Yeah.
Wonder
and I know. I mean, one of the.
Does anybody watch Houndish? He probably knows.
Yeah, I was gonna say sometimes there's spoilers, but again, we've talked about this before. People are being much better about not revealing, even if they do the data mining, not revealing it. So.
Yeah, but by now it's launching Tuesday, right? They're just gonna wait till the day before.
There's actually a There's a graphic here, but I don't know if it's fake.
The only thing we do know, they gave us that
had a name though of the activity.
Do you think that maybe it'll have because there is that ghost shell that they showed us? It's like Day of the Dead motif. So.
Oh, maybe they put the information in their patch notes.
No, I mean, if you read the TWAB, they said we're going to tell you more about that later. I mean, how much later are they going to wait?
Adept
It's
Nightfall
pretty
weapon
close.
drops. Oh no, this was I'm sorry, I'm a victim of clickbait right now.
That's what
Start
you get
time
for
rewards
trying to look
activities.
it up.
There is a graphic here. Can I put it up? Let me see if I can
Yeah.
put this graphic up. I'm gonna do this and then I'll do this. Let me just turn this off for a sec. Boom, like that. Space, the final frontier. Okay. Let me,
Haunted sectors activity. Is this what we're looking at?
I am
Oh,
putting a
we don't see it up
graphic
yet.
up. It's coming up
But
now.
if it's the same graphic that I see.
Yeah, it might be the same one that you're looking at. And let me go back to OBS.
So Stego might not be too wrong on
there
this.
There it is. There's Richard's dino. Oh, that's like a pterodactyl ship. That's a ship. Is that stuff from...
That's from last year.
Yeah, this is BS because the little bat guy here.
I did find a graphic that said the road to Witch Queen, and it gives like a little hint on what to expect in Seasonal of the Lost. And it mentions for Festival of the Lost, masks, candy, and haunted sectors activity.
Dried
so I think
fruit candy.
Stego is right that it will probably be Season of the Lost Sector, and that we're going to get haunted lost sectors.
Interesting.
Okay.
Do you think they'll rotate like along with like what the master lost sectors are?
I hope so. I hope they rain down some more candy than ever before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what would be cute is, you know how we had that dawning event where you would throw snowballs? What about throwing pumpkins at our enemies?
That
would be fun.
Eggs.
Oh my god.
Egg the enemy.
And toilet paper. You get to TP the tower. Oh, that'd be so cool if you could TP the tower, like coming from the trees and everything. That'd be so funny.
That would be very funny.
Yeah. It's probably not setting a good example though for children.
Is anyone gonna miss the old haunted forest?
They're bringing it back. We don't know if it may come back. What do you think?
Seems like haunted sectors will replace it.
I'm thinking it's going to be away for a while. It's not going to. It may not go away permanently, but I think
we went from making fun of Greenstego's, prediction to taking it very seriously here.
Well, I am looking at a graphic that says haunted sectors, so that's adding a lot of legitimacy.
Yeah,
I'm wondering if you're looking at something that was photoshopped in Italy.
No. It's from a Forbes article, so I don't think that Paul Tassi.
No, Paul Tassi's the real deal.
It's real Destiny news.
He epitomizes truth.
It's not fake.
He's constantly writing, though. How much fact checking can he actually do?
He does his research. He does his research.
He does his research. Of course, he's a journalist.
More than we do.
I also think that he updates and edits when needed.
Yeah,
I think
that
he's
he
a
would post an
professional
apology.
journalist, and you don't need to criticize it.
He's a journalist foremost, and a Destiny player second. The Tangle. Do we want to talk about the vaulted content that's coming our way, and maybe share our big feelings about it?
I don't have any big feelings.
Are you kidding me? They're getting rid of the Tangled Shore. When's the last time you
went to the Tangled Shore?
That's exactly what I was gonna say. When's the last time you hung out on the Tangled Shore?
New players in the next, year or so won't be able to experience the Forsaken campaign. But
now, correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I found out from this most recent TWAB that they are vaulting the Tangled Shore. And then just today, one of the pieces of dialogue had to do with seeking vengeance against Spider for what he did to Crow. And that seems like it's going to play out.
I mean, you're just today getting that
I
audio,
am.
but I think that was from a couple weeks ago.
Right,
but, yes,
but I
they
could
have
see
been
they're
hinting
angling.
throughout the season that Mara is not happy with.
Yeah. So I think she's going to
Spider.
destroy the Tangled Shore.
I mean, Spider has always been pretty shifty.
Oh yeah.
So nobody's going to lose any sleep over
there was
losing
some
Spider.
lore that who did Spider go to? Drifter? He's asking Drifter for help.
Yeah, he wants to get smuggled away.
I don't know if Drifter is going to go against the Queen, though. That's a big ask.
Yeah, that's a really big ask.
Richard said that he's not going to miss the Tangled Shore.
I think
it's a great campaign.
Destiny 2 player, if we're being honest, isn't going to miss the Tangled Shore right now because they really have delivered on. I'm kind of like wanting to play the latest things usually.
Right.
I am a little sad about the Presage mission. Presage.
Yeah.
Right.
I will. That was a great mission.
Not because I generally go back in there on a weekly basis, but just because it was an iconic mission. But I trust in Bungie, and I know that they're not just gonna hit delete on those files,
Right. I mean, we were also, if you remember, we were pretty upset at when we learned that the I don't remember the name of the mission, but the one where you
Cade?
No, the other exotic mission with all the jumping that I could never do.
Outbreak?
Well, that one, I didn't lose any sleep
0
over
hour.
Whisper of the Worm.
Whisper of the Worm, exactly. That was a great one. And again, it's like we were kind of upset at the fact that we were losing it, but they've given us replacement stuff. Like we had the Hawk Moon mission and the Presage mission this time. So I got to feel like if those are going away, that they're going to bring in new exotic missions similar to
and they've mentioned multiple times they're not against bringing back some of these older exotic missions in some form for older players to experience or for us to re-experience in some form. So I think that as long as it's a live game, and this is what I was saying earlier, and I think this should be the end of the conversation. But you guys can disagree. If Bungie could, they would keep everything in the game.
Of course they would.
They're not deleting things just to mess with us. So I mean, I think that you just have to trust that the people making the game care about it. They're not removing parts of the game out of contempt. The way some people react to it, you would think that.
Well, honestly, I'm not.
How dare you take away
taking away the content?
I'm not going to miss the Tangled Shore per se as a destination or an environment. Or even Spider, or but they're also taking away all the Year 4 seasonal content, right? So that means Battlegrounds is going away.
No, Battlegrounds is staying.
That's right. They're putting it in with. They're combining it with the Strikes or the Vanguard.
Yeah.
Right.
So, which I think is.
So
again,
so
they're
then
not making these decisions lightly.
What is
they're
going away?
Attention.
So what are the year 4 seasonal activities?
All the story
Splicer
that goes
stuff
along with it, with season,
the story
with
stuff,
year
the
2,
voice lines.
the Forsaken storyline.
Okay, so going after all of the lieutenants
right.
Wrathborn hunts.
Wrathborn hunts are going away, I'm sure. And then also just the story. Override's going away. And I think they're going to take away the Astro alignments and the Shattered Realm activities as well.
Probably.
which is a bit sad. So I need to go in and get all the secrets out of there before it goes away in February.
Which, if that is the case, I wouldn't mind it being a usual thing to make the last season a longer season.
Yeah, good point.
Thing is that
like
we've got all of this is going away when Witch Queen drops. It's not like it's going away in a couple of months.
Yeah, people are
making the Forsaken campaign free to play for a few months.
Yeah.
Right. Which I think
so.
Is nice.
The thing is that once Witch Queen drops, we're not going to care about this content.
No, if you're an active Destiny player, I think it's disingenuous to say you care about the older things going away, because you're just excited about the new stuff, especially because the team has delivered so far. So, the expectations are very high right now.
They're kind of keeping their promise of this mission, of this ever evolving game. Building that story and keeping that older content kind of is like looking back instead of looking forward and moving it forward. So
Speaking of, from the other side of that argument, Richard in chat says we want Venus.
We do want Venus. He's right.
We do want Venus. I don't know when they're going to bring that back, but I feel like they're going to.
Are they keeping Nessus? What's the point of keeping Nessus around?
I was going to say that Nessus
traded in for Venus
is very interesting.
Yeah. Maybe Menagerie's in the works to come back or something. I don't know. Wait, Menagerie wasn't even on Nessus, was it?
Menagerie took place in the
Leviathan, right?
Well, yeah, in the Leviathan. So if Callus makes a return and we find the Leviathan, it is conceivable that we could get an updated Menagerie.
Or they have a legacy node now.
Right.
But Venus, they haven't announced bringing back any old destinations yet for Witch Queen. Am I wrong on that?
You are not wrong on that.
No, I haven't heard anything.
I feel like I've read it, but it may just be strong wishful thinking.
Mm-hmm.
There are rumors that the scenes where we see Ikora at the detective board, that she's on Mars.
Oh.
Some sleuths have taken screenshots of the background, and it
houndish
like
cough.
The original Destiny 1 Mars, I'm assuming, not the
just Mars in general.
I mean,
it's
the same planet.
Just the planet atmosphere.
Right.
And I don't think anyone found any specific buildings or locations to that nature.
But it might be neat if they did return Mars and it got planet Earth treatment, where you can choose either the EDZ or the Cosmodrome. You can choose which part of Mars.
That's kind of what I was going to say, though. It's they actually, I remember in one of the TWABs, I can't remember how long ago it was, but they had mentioned how they had shelved the idea of expanding or giving us more of the Cosmodrome. In light of needing those resources to make Witch Queen all that it could be, and all the things that they were adding with Witch Queen, and giving that, I feel like they're not going to be bringing back, if they're not going to put any effort into trying to continue on giving us all the content from Cosmodrome, why would they bring us even another returning destination?
Why would they?
You know what I mean?
Gaming development is a little more complicated than
I mean, unless but if it's part of the Witch Queen story.
Here's what I think. If it's part of Witch Queen, I think they would have announced it by now. I don't think that they're trying to play their cards too close to the chest right now.
Yeah, not that much. There will be surprises, but I don't think that.
For the players, but not for major content. I think that they want
Right.
people to pre-order it right now.
Right. So if they were like, we're bringing back Venus, there'd be a ton of people like, all right, I'm all about that. I'm gonna, yeah, right. So
Hmm.
yeah, I don't think they're bringing back any old destinations. That's
An
my
old
opinion.
raid is coming back eventually here.
We do know an
Well,
old
right,
raid is coming
yeah,
back,
they're
for sure.
bringing, and
Kingsfall. Or
people are
Wrath.
thinking Kingsfall. Still could be Crota though.
They haven't specified which. Kingsfall does thematically make the most sense.
Right, because it's Crota.
Yeah.
Oryx.
Oryx, right, not Crota.
Oryx.
Our lore master strikes again.
Yeah, well, you
Yeah,
know.
you get what you pay for, I guess.
I was thinking Oryx, but I said Crota. Does that count?
Yeah, you were.
Oh, it
thinking
totally
story.
counts. I've
You
said
know,
Shadowkeep
five,
when
big
I
guy,
meant
got a sword.
Forsaken before. I've gotten the actual DLCs cross referenced. Hey, why don't we move on to our next segment, which is the loadouts segment of the podcast? Is everybody ready, more or less, for that?
Sure.
Why not?
I think we've covered everything that we wanted to cover in terms of like what's happened the last couple of weeks.
Sure. It's
Talked
time
about the vault.
for
I don't feel like we really need to say. None of us have actually
Paracasual
played Trials, so
loadouts.
there's really no reason to like bring that up again.
Paracasual
I mean, we
loadouts.
can
What's
wait.
everybody
Yeah,
been?
yeah.
What have you been
A few
using,
minutes.
Salliebug?
I've been using whatever Banshee tells me to use.
Who's Banshee? Oh, Banshee. Oh, yeah. Okay.
No, I mean I primarily go to Banshee, get a gunsmith bounty, and then just kind of pick out whatever he's asking me to do. But
That's boring.
within that, I've been trying to use the newer weapons, the new seasonal weapons or new stuff that I got from the Iron Banner. Just
Do you see
newer
yourself as
weapons
like
in
a
general.
Mandalorian type character? You just take orders and do them?
Oh.
Sometimes. I don't have
You're
a
just
line in my phone. I'm just
bounty
a drone.
hunter.
You're just
A bounty hunter.
an old-fashioned bounty hunter, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
at any rate, no specific loadout or anything, but just doing the bounties, but trying to use newer stuff that I haven't used before so I can get a feel for it and see if I like it. Nothing's actually like stood out for me this season with the weapons. Yeah, like not like I remember last season of the Splicer, like just I loved Chroma Rush and I loved
Right.
Grid Skipper. I just
I
loved
used
the way
that
they
today.
felt.
Chroma Rush.
Yeah, I
So
love the
good.
way they feel, and I love the way I love the aesthetic too. Like I love the aesthetic of those weapons. But these weapons, I don't know if it's just that I haven't been using them that much, or I mean I've been trying to, but none of them are like really nothing's standing out
Nothing's
to me
speaking
as
to you.
something that I really like. I like Peace Bond a lot, but you know, I don't know.
It's a hippie
I,
weapon.
We get legendary stasis weapons, and you're just like, I don't know. Nothing seems like new or exciting this season.
She talked about her stasis weapons.
I did not
last time, I think.
say
Peace Bond.
nothing new or exciting. I'm just saying nothing like actually is hanging like
No, I do know what you mean.
Calling
I'm just razzing you. No, the Chroma Rush and Grid Skipper and that line of weapons obviously like grabbed us a lot more.
Are they outclassed, do you think? By the new weapons? Like Peace Bond
No.
and Fractithist?
I don't think necessarily.
I don't think so either. I think
They're
they're
just different flavors.
different flavors.
I pulled out 1,000 voices from the collections for the
Wow.
first time in a long time.
1KV.
Thought it's the season of fusion rifles. Let's get on board.
Why not?
And it does work.
It's a great idea.
Oh, the first time I shot into a wall and killed myself. So that's classic. But then there were no 1KV related deaths after. I learned my lesson.
She was shredding those majors and bosses, though.
Yeah.
It still melts. It makes a joke of public events.
Well, I got to tell you what else I found to be somewhat broken or just stupid is the heir apparent was just tearing up like bosses, like at a stupid rate. Like the DPS is insane on that thing still. I was just using it today, doing the...
I still haven't tried that weapon.
Yeah, doing the, the Shattered Realm stuff. And it does. It shreds.
I got it late, so I wasn't like when it first came out. I'll be sure to try it.
One thing I took upon myself, and this was inspired by a Shadow video. I'll link to his channel in the description. Shadow put out a video on sniping, and I was really inspired by him to give that weapon class or archetype a try. That kind of weapon. I've never sniped. The only time I've ever sniped maybe for a bounty here and there. Never done any of the sniping. I did get the Adored, and I think he had to snipe a little bit in PvP for that. But I've never really looked into what sniping is and what it's all about. So I looked into what I had in my vault, and I had an Adored, which is rated pretty high. Anything with snapshot sights and some range and a medium to low zoom. I just started studying what sniping is and what's recommended, a place to start to try to get at least so I can not maybe be good at it, but at least not avoid it as much. You know what I mean? Because it is unique in the game, just like hand cannons and fusion rifles are, and all the weapons are unique. It's a unique weapon. I think I got my sniping fix by using scout rifles for the past 7 years, So I'm going to try sniping. Try learning how to do it a little better.
And
Shadow,
as a result, you wanting to do sniping, we went and got you Cloud Strike.
Yeah, we got Cloud Strike. I went and Salliebug helped me do a few Empire hunts to get Cloud Strike to drop.
The elusive Cloud Strike.
Yeah, I never got it. And then I think, what did we do? Like
gotten it.
3? Sally, 3 or 4?
Yeah, I think it was 3. We did a difficulty level 1, and then we ended up realizing it doesn't matter what difficulty you do it on, it just drops eventually.
Right.
So it's like, well, we might as well just match make and do it like as fast as possible to try to get through it. So.
Right. So, are we ready to move on to our... Anybody else? Stego, have you had any...
Oh, yes. Here's what I just started using again. Outbreak Perfected. I've been using Grid Skipper for my pulse rifle. I decided to take out an old exotic that I'm still working on the catalyst for, but I'm almost there. The Outbreak Perfected. And it still just slices through enemies like butter.
It's amazing.
It's a fantastic one. And using an exotic primary gives extra bonuses when you're doing ammo finders on your helmet. So I was swimming in special and heavy ammo as
Wait
well.
a minute. Back up. Can we just rewind a few seconds here? Using an exotic in your primary slot gives you a bonus ammo finder?
Yeah, if you're looking, I'm pretty sure.
That
Maybe I'm
is
making this up, but
crazy.
I'm pretty sure that there's like like a second paragraph in the text of ammo finder mods right now in your helmet slot where the chance of finding the ammo is further increased if you're using an exotic primary
I never knew that.
for like
Wait, is that
machine gun.
new?
Yeah,
This
I'm pretty.
season?
It's new this. It would be new this season. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
I think that was with like the unlimited ammo change. They're trying to like find more ways for people to use exotic primaries.
Yeah, because specifically in like
Sign me up.
in PvE, it's like, why would you ever use an exotic primary when you've got like 1 kV and heir apparent?
Right.
So they're trying to entice people to use something like Lumina or Thorn or whatever.
Whatever.
I like Lumina. Lumina's fun. I love using. I got the catalyst for it. And you know, how many weapons do you continue using after you have the catalyst? You're looking to switch to the next catalyst you need to get, right? But I stayed with Lumina for a while. Especially, it's so much fun doing what's it called in Harbor of Sorrows? What's the activity? God, I'm going
Altar
blank.
of Sorrow?
Altar of Sorrows with Lumina is so much fun because you just basically have unlimited benefit for the team that's doing it, and it's so much fun. But I'm definitely gonna look into that. That's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah, consider giving an exotic primary a spin.
Absolutely.
Little mini Mod Academy right there.
Little mini Mod Academy.
Intrigued.
Well, speaking of Mod Academy, it makes its return in our next episode, episode 43. But this episode, we've been rotating our special segments. Mod Academy with Greenstego, Salliebug's Touch of Grimoire that she presents. And this week, or this episode, I should say, this bi-weekly installment is Destiny Soundcheck. So, everybody ready for some Destiny sounds?
Oh,
I'm ready.
You ready?
Yes.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Destiny sound check.
All right. So for this sound check, this episode, I found some music that somebody had ripped from the game. The usual suspects like Bresci and Promethean Archival Mind do this sort of thing on their YouTube channels. And Promethean had the music it plays during the cutscene at the end of Mission Cocoon, which you might recall was the very first mission for Season of the Lost, where you're running through the Dreaming City, clearing out a lot of Taken to get to that scene at the end with Marasov and Aldrin, and then Osiris is there, and Saint 14 shows up to the conversation. So they grabbed the music from that, and I think the title he gave it was Cocoon. So we're going to listen to that track. Of course, this music is composed by the usual suspects: Michael Salvatore, Sky Lewin, Josh Moser, Michael Seacrest, Rodham Moav, and Peter Schlosser. So this is from the ending cutscene in Mission Cocoon. Let's give it a listen here. So yeah, that was about a minute and 30-second track there of the background music to the cutscene at the end of the Cocoon Mission in Season of the Lost. And you might have noticed a familiar theme in that last 30 seconds. Has anybody listened to that yet? That track?
I didn't hear the whole thing.
Yeah, the last 30 seconds might be familiar to fans of Shadowkeep, actually. It's a little bit of a throwback theme, and it's from a piece called Terroris Somnum, which is Latin for night terror or nightmare, which makes sense because it was used in Shadowkeep. And yeah, that was that last 30 seconds. They threw that in there, and it's always a remix with maybe a different percussion track. So I thought I would just play a little bit of the original Shadowkeep version of that theme, which has a lot going on in it. And kind of glad they're not taking the moon away or Shadowkeep right away, because I don't think I'm quite done with it myself. Let's give this Terroris Somnum a listen. Okay, terrible fade out there, but that is about 2.5 minutes of Terroris Somnum. Again, I'll put Promethean Archival Minds YouTube channel, his link. I'll put that in the descriptions, and that's it for this episode's Destiny Soundcheck. I don't know if any of you guys heard any of that or got a chance to listen to it. But definitely the Shadowkeep music, it just reminded me of how great that was and how orchestral. And this really kind of harkens back to the roots of Bungie music and you know, the theme behind the Cocoon Mission cutscene starts off with that chorus that is just so reminiscent of just hearing this kind of music for the first time with the Halo franchise, and how it's evolved, yet it's just staying true to sort of the identity of the company and what they do and their brand of sci-fi fantasy, and the tension and the horror and the light versus dark. Just great. It's wonderful stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah. I think
I was
Salliebug's muted.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say I really like how they're interweaving past pieces into new pieces, kind of like they're interweaving the story, and how it's all interconnected, and they're doing the same thing musically. And it's like, I love that you're bringing that up and pointing it out to us, because it fits with the theme of everything else they've been doing. So
Yeah, it's nothing new. I mean, like operas and things like that, there was always a theme for characters. Even Star Wars has, like, you know, the Darth Vader theme. It's
Rey's theme,
built around
right?
characters, and you know, you see it like in Lord of the Rings. Each little tune is either a place or a character, and the variations on those themes depending on the context, and then mixing them together. It's such a great art form to be the scoring for film and video games is such an amazing art form. And I love the way with today's technology, how they can recycle these themes and either add to it or take away stuff from it, or just change it to suit the context of the scene or the story, pushing the story the way it works with the story. It's amazing. I wish I knew more about composition and that sort of thing, the classical sort of approach and that they do to create this kind of film music in general and video game music.
Like to push the story along.
Yeah. And I think that's going to bring us to our final segment this evening. Does anybody know what that is?
Non-Destiny media consumption.
Non-Destiny media consumption.
That's 100% correct. Non-Destiny media consumption. And Richard, if you're still with us by any crazy chance, feel free to chime in. Something that you would recommend or that you have seen recently. I wonder if Richard's gotten out to see the latest Bond movie. That's what I'm thinking.
Heard good things.
Yeah. So, anybody been indulging in anything outside of Destiny?
Oh, yes.
What you been up to, Greenstego?
I have somewhat recently started playing Psychonauts 2. I know that we mentioned that very briefly.
Oh, yeah. Didn't
last pod.
Romance Girl finished it or beat the game, as they say.
Exactly. And so I've been making my way through that, although yesterday a new game just released, Metroid Dread. So I now I'm playing both.
Oh, you just reminded me. I usually do one of those survival horror things around this time of year.
Yeah,
like a Resident Evil-ish type thing.
Dying Light or
Silent Hill.
Dead Space, something.
Dead Space.
He's been really looking forward to Metroid Dread.
Is Metroid Dread?
I absolutely have.
So tell us a little bit about it. Just give us the elevator pitch.
Longtime listeners may know that I've brought up Metroid before on this podcast. Super Metroid came out in 1993, I think, and was like a pioneer in environmental storytelling and exploration-based gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it was pretty pivotal in terms of inspiring a game like Destiny, where it's like sci-fi, you against the world, kinda, but you still feel like super powerful. Metroid Dread is a sequel to that in that series that hasn't come out with a new game for at least 10 years. The last side-scrolling one that came out, aside from the remake on the 2DS or the 3DS about 5 years ago, was for the Game Boy Advance. I want to say like
Ooh. It was a long elevator ride.
Ago.
Anyway, I've been looking for a game like this for like 20 years, and it's like tense and scary, but it's a lot of fun.
Cool.
Is it also side scrolling?
Yeah, it's a side-scrolling shooter platformer game.
So it actually looks quite similar to the retro. I mean, it's obviously updated, but
Right.
definitely in a continuation.
Yeah,
Wow.
It feels like a retro like it doesn't deviate from its roots. It just kind of gives them all like a facelift, but it still plays very similarly to classic Metroid games. So if you like classic Metroid side-scrolling, then you'll like this one a lot.
Richard says in chat that he has been playing a game called Tales of Arise.
Ooh.
I am intrigued. I think I saw something about that's a Japanese RPG, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Salliebug and Sooltime, we are always on the lookout for a Japanese RPG to get our hands on.
Absolutely. Yeah, it used to be like our that's what we would do on Saturday and Sunday mornings.
Yeah,
drink our
pre-Destiny.
coffee and
Before Destiny came out.
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of what our ritual was on the weekends. Get up, get some coffee, and dive into Final Fantasy X or, some such Tales of Symphonia or...
Tales of Symphonia was so good.
Yeah.
Tales of Arise.
Tales of Arise. I'm intrigued.
Have to look into that one.
We're gonna have to look into that. And
let's look into it. Why not?
I'm assuming it's Xbox. It's available on Xbox if Richard's
Looks like it's
playing.
multi-platform.
It's multi-platform.
Nice. And Romance Girl, have you been doing anything outside of the confines of Destiny 2?
I started Sable on Xbox. A musician I really love, who goes by Japanese Breakfast, did the soundtrack for it, and the art style is just really beautiful. I really, really enjoyed what I played of it. Unfortunately, it was having some frame rate issues, so I'm hoping they patch that.
Oh yeah, chances are they will. And that's on that's on the Xbox, right? You're talking.
I've actually, yes, I believe it's also on PC.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed it though, and I've actually been listening to the soundtrack. Just aside from that, she also released another album this year that I've been listening to.
Japanese
Speaking
Breakfast.
of soundtrack, Sooltime, I meant to ask you, like, what? Because I've noticed you when you're playing on your alt characters, and we're not playing together. You have had something playing in the background.
Oh yeah. See, I've been doing, and this goes back to, well, this is Destiny 2 stuff in the non-Destiny media segment. But I've been playing, like when Salliebug's unavailable to do Season of the Lost stuff, I will go on an alt character and work on my Beyond Light campaign stuff to get all the fragments and aspects and things and beyond light. And once I'm familiar with the Destiny soundtrack, I will put alternate soundtracks behind my gameplay, and run Spotify in the background. And I found a playlist with loads of soundtracks from the old Hammer horror films, which were British horror movies made in
Awesome.
the 60s and 70s.
I thought I recognized that.
Yeah, and it goes really, really well with Destiny too, I gotta say. It's pretty cool. So I get my listening in to that and some gameplay at the same time. Anyway, I don't want to go too far off the track here. So Japanese breakfast and Sable. For anybody who's interested, look it up and try it out. Salliebug, what have you been up to outside of Destiny?
Not a whole lot of not a whole lot of any like one particular thing that I've latched on to. I a lot of YouTube, and I did want to like just do a little bit of a shout out, a nod to a comedy troupe that I found called Foil, Arms, and Hog. That's FOIL, Foil, Arm, or Arms. I can't quite remember. I think it's Arms. And Hog. They're an Irish skit, comedy skits, and they put out and they're like 3 minutes, so they're like easily consumable.
Bite-sized comedy.
Yeah, bite-sized comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it is around like Irish humor, but I'm not
Which
Irish,
is your favorite.
It's still very enjoyable. It's quite fun. It's all in like. So I would kind of shout out to them and have them watch it. And then the only other thing I've been consuming a lot of is actually sports. The U.S. men's soccer team, football team is in the final round of World Cup qualifying. So I've been kind of keeping my eye on that. And it's postseason baseball in the United States. So I'm sucked into that as well. So that's what I've been consuming.
Play ball.
I've been doing a lot of listen to a lot of podcasts, and like Salliebug, watching a lot of YouTube. I have this circle of friends where we share rare Beach Boys videos that crop up on YouTube, and I just watched the 1983 Seattle concert. It was at the Mariners Stadium. I forget the name of the stadium, and it's pretty hilarious to see such a great band be really good but also really bad at the same time. It's fascinating. And I've also been watching a lot of this YouTube channel centered around a 60s German music show called Beat Club. And the majority of the music is live and engineered very well so that you're watching the bands live, and but you can hear everything's really well balanced. The engineers, the sound engineers of the program really did a good job, and these things are just some of the best preserved live music performances from that era that you can find or see. I mean, there's a few British shows like the old Grey Whistle test, and that is really good too. But this is really special. It's a little earlier, so like 1965, 66. Really good stuff. So if you like the Hollies or Spencer Davis Group, seeing 18-year-old Stevie Winwood belt it out and play some mean blues guitar, it's a great YouTube channel, and they're constantly uploading. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. That and all the real life and work related endeavors that keep me from playing Destiny 2 too much. Certainly not bored with the game because of it, which is the silver lining, I suppose, to being busy.
Right.
All right. I think we have another episode in the can. Anything else to add from anybody before we sign off this evening?
No, just next time we get on, we'll be full force into Festival of the Lost, so we can
Yeah, we will.
talk about that. It'll be right around, well, not quite Halloween, right? It's the weekend before Halloween.
Weekend before Halloween, leading up to it, we will be looking like dinosaurs, for lack of a better term. Yeah. All right. So, Salliebug, why don't we sign off here and go play some more Destiny? What do you think?
Sounds like a great plan.
Sounds like a great
Let's go get
plan.
some snacks and play some Destiny.
Oh, snacks and Destiny.
Snacks
Could you
and
imagine?
Destiny on a Saturday night.
Doesn't get any better. Life is
really
good.
doesn't.
So thank you, everyone, especially Richard, for tuning into our little podcast live stream here. You can join us live on YouTube every other Saturday at 7 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. You can also listen to the archive audio anywhere you get your podcasts. Like and subscribe to the Paracasual Destiny podcast on YouTube and follow us on Twitter at ParacasualP or just look up Paracasual. I think we're the only organization in the world who uses that made-up word. So until next time, it's goodbye from all of us here at the podcast, and we will see you in 2 weeks. And hopefully see Richard a little sooner in-game. Bye.
Bye. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Goodbye.
Bye.